Hey folks, JTG here back once again, and I have to say this, and I know some people have, haven't really talked about this because, I'm surprised no one talked about this issue because this is something that's really an issue with all the mid-cards in WWE, and something that's really bothered me about the whole mid-card situation in the WWE, and we all know it sucks. But what JTG, one of the wrestlers and such, he hasn't been shown to WWE in a while, has some very interesting tweets, and they're still up on his Twitter, believe it or not. He hasn't deleted them yet. Here's something about this. It says this, one thing. It says, "The camel's back just broke. I had enough of this." Another one. "As a pro athlete, I'm tired of me and my locker room brothers being taken advantage of. Fans have no idea what we go through." Yeah, I said it, and it continues on and everything else. And here's something more interesting. "Nobody wants to speak up. Everybody's afraid of losing their job or getting taken off TV." Now, I see some points here, and a lot of people are saying this, man, why? I mean, I see 2 points. The first side is like me, and I think I want to hear your thoughts about it. To me, I always say this: if you have a problem, you take it up with management. You go up there and say, "Hey, man, I'm not feeling getting used. If you want me to be better, I want to be better utilized on your program and show what have you. What do I have to do? What steps do I have to do? How do I get into storylines and such?" Go to management. I don't like spreading things out online and such, especially with Twitter, YouTube, or Facebook, or everything else. That's when a lot of things just go wrong. It gets implanted in fans' heads and everything else. They get all this, there are a lot of, you don't see this only stuff in it's not like original WWE stuff. I mean, you see like regular pro athletes do that a lot, all the time. Like they get on Twitter, they say something really bad about, man. It's like, "Hey, man, I should be on playing and everything else," or trash talk, fans, or, fans, promoter, or what have you, fans, coaches, or what have you. They do that like on Twitter or in the media. They used to do that in the media, like, what have you. Now they have Facebook and Twitters and YouTube and all this type of stuff to say these things. And I'm always, like wondering, and everything else in my situations and everything else, if I feel like I was treated badly at work or what have you, I went up to my boss and said, privately and everything, and say, "Hey, there's something wrong. I feel like I can contribute more. Let me do, what steps do I have to do this? I don't want to get this, say bad stuff on my boss on Twitter or Facebook or on the blog or what have you." To me, people who do that usually get farther in what they're, in their jobs and everything else. And I really don't think JTG really did this to me the right way and such. I don't think he did it the right way. I think he should have just went up to management. Now the other side to this, for me and everything else, is what? I think that this is a representation. If this is all real, because you never know, this might be a work, and they're going to try to do a new Nexus or some type of new blood crap that's not going to go over, which that sort of thing. If this is real and all this stuff, it does go to a problem what the WWE really has, and where they write and everything else, is that they are so committed to seeing John Cena or Big Show and everything else, except they don't have anything to do for the mid card. It is only if you get to the main event, if you get some people can be impressed with the main event, you get shot up there, and the rest are just floating by the wayside. I mean, I would like to see, to me personally, as much as I like Ziggler and Jericho going to feud, personally, I would have liked to see, like, say, Alex Riley get in a feud with Ziggler, or Cody Rhodes, or something. Guys who do something, people are like, "Hey, I want to see this guy or that guy." Everybody likes to see, they love the main event, but they also like to see the next guy up. They like to see the next guy coming up, and when you have a mid-card like this with so many guys who are just so directionless, you have people just like, you know what, I like the main event, but where's the next guy coming up? Where's that next guy? And with Jason Anthony Paul, that's JTG's real name, going on Twitter like this, saying and everything else like that, and or saying all this type of stuff, it does bring that to light that, you know what, someone like JTG, who was over, and heck still is over to a point, could really be good if he has some type of chemistry, like, have like another guy feud, what have you, like him feuding against have him, since he's supposedly a heel now, have him winning, have a feud with Santino, have Santino something to do in a mid-card or something, because these are mid-card championships, Miz and Santino, who honestly job to people who are just don't really need the belt. Why? I mean, seriously, Santino Marella jobbing to Del Rio and Kane basically beating up Miz. And it does nothing for him. To me, I would like to see, say, for example, Alex Riley and the Miz fighting for the Intercontinental title belt. That would be really cool. I think that would be really nice, something that would really build an Intercontinental title, play upon a past feud, something like that. That would really help the WWE mid-card. Not just this whole directionless, everything could happen, this craziness. It doesn't help. All it does is just seems like it's a directionless company. And I feel that this is going to really hurt the WWE in the long run. I may be wrong here, and I would like to hear your feedback on this, but I think when I look at this, and I know I may be wrong here, but when you have so much directionless, so many people in the mid-card have little to no direction, I think that people just get tired of it. Same to Santino Marella. He was getting cheers and such, and now people are just like, man, I like Santino. I think I am liking Santino, but what's the next step for him? Same thing Jack Swagger, Christian, or Miz, or anything else. Who are they? What can they do? That's the problem. And until the WWE, Vince, who is the guy who has the last word on these whole Monday Night Raw and SmackDown scripts, until they actually do something and actually just say, you know what, we're going to try to do something for everybody, like they did in the Attitude Era, like they did in the 80s and such, 80s, 90s, and everything else, and actually have a firm direction, a true plan, instead of, for just shooting from the hip. They're not going to do much. It's amazing, It's just stuff like this is so simple. Heck, but then again, the WWE messed up a simple angle like Brock Lesnar coming in and destroying like John Cena and such. Does anyone want to see does anybody want to see Brock Lesnar versus Triple H? I don't want to see Brock Lesnar versus Triple H. Because they just basically neutered Brock Lesnar to the point that he is not really a threat. They have minimized the threat of Brock Lesnar. And to me, it really is depressing because the WWE is making the same mistakes that all those old bookers, all those guys like AWA and WCW made, is that they relied so much on its old stars, so much on nostalgia, so much on it, that it's going to destroy it. It is going to really bite them in the butt because there's no one on that next level. There's no real credible people on that next level. Who's that next guy up? Because if they can't find a guy who's the next guy up, I guarantee you it's going to bite them in the butt. And it has bitten them in the butt. Because God forbid, Cena ain't that healthy and Randy Orton's like one strike away from losing his career in WWE for at least a minimum 1 year. What if those two guys go out? Who's that next guy's up? And Daniel Bryan and CM Punk? Yes, that's nice, but who's going to be the next guys after them? Who's their next guys? Ziggler? Sheamus? who else? That's the main problem. So many other people, they have that next guy, but who's there? Who's going to be the guys following behind them? Who's their backup guys? You know, that sort of thing. And until the WWE starts to really start saying, getting some focus to other guys, start having plans, and stop punishing people who try to get over on their own instead of what they did to Yoshitatsu, like saying, hey, he looks interesting with a half mask and paint, whole thing. That would make it look extreme. Then he had to stop because supposedly he was getting over before the writers said, oh no, you can't do that. The only time you get over is when we can say it is, which is complete crap, because that's why you're not going to really be. That's why the WWE is fading away into obscurity, is because they are not letting people, majority of talents, actually find their niche on their own. They might say that, oh, we do that all the time. It's all people who work hard and everything else. But let's be real here. Let's all be real. If the WWE really did that, really let guys get over on themselves, do you really think that there will be a lot of directionless stuff happening right now in the Midcard, tag division, divas, or what have you? Would there be more people with direction in those areas, in those divisions right now? Would there be more direction in them? Or would it be just like they're saying, they don't know what they're doing? I truly doubt that. I truly doubt that the WWE would have less directionless guys if they actually took initiative. Because I truly believe there are guys who do take initiative but do get shot down for whatever reason. It's a shame. And it just needs to be changed quickly. Post haste has to be changed. Anyway, that's me. That's it. Dixie here. Peace and love. See you when I see y'all later.